Where were you on September 11th of 2001 when the tragedy began?
On the 26th floor of the North Tower.
North Tower. 26.
Was it difficult to get out?
It wasn't. It was slow, but I'll give you two examples. I went down one of the stairwells, and I got out after the second plane had already hit the South Tower. But there were people on the same desk as me, just sitting a few feet apart, that got down their staircase faster, where they got across the street and saw the second plane hit. So, depending on what staircase you went down.
Okay.
This is my friend Aaron.
Hi.
Nice and loud.
What's going on?
Okay, let me Did your faith grow stronger after the tragedy?
Yes, it did. And, I can tell you when I got out and finally, started making my way up the island, I grabbed my cross and put it in my hand.
Would you say this was your biggest life-changing event?
Second.
Okay.
The first was when I became a father.
Okay.
This is Hunter.
All right.
Hey, Hunter.
Hi. All right. My question is, what emotions were going through your head during the tragedy?
Wow. Let's see. I guess the first one would be this is some sort of mishap, because we did not really understand what happened. When we passed the firemen going down the staircases, they said a small aircraft had hit the building, and that's the only information I had. But once you got out to the street and saw the other tower was hit, and then we heard rumors when we got out in the street that the Pentagon had been hit. So then we thought it was something like a plant, an attack. But then it all started turning when we saw the fighter jets overhead. So it went from pretty calm to pretty concerned, because we didn't have any information. And then when the towers came down, I was on the boat, and the South Tower was coming down, then it turned into fear.
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing. I just have one question. Did you help anyone while you were getting out of the building?
It wasn't necessary. There were probably, the time it took me to get out, there was only one or two people that needed extra help, and that was just to help them down, 26 flights of stairs, but no one was being carried. And once we got out, there were no people on the ground that needed help as well.
What is your feeling towards terrorism?
Wow. What is my feeling about terrorism?
Towards it. Well, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
What is my feeling about terrorism?
Feeling towards terrorism.
I'm sorry?
What is your feeling towards terrorism?
Huh. That there's no place in the world for it. And anybody that has a problem with it in their countries, we should be united, everybody, to wipe out those types of actions, because there's wars and stuff, but terrorism is be united against it.
Okay.
Not just us.
Where did you go when you escaped and were out of the building?
Oh, where did I go? Well, if you know Lower Manhattan, where I came out was on West Street, which is the one street between the Financial Center and the Trade Center. So we went all the way to the southern end, which is just maybe call it a quarter, half mile, and got to the end of Manhattan and figured we better get off the rock. So we walked back up the river, and I was on the last boat. There's a marina there, and they were New York Waterway taxi was there, and we got on the last boat.
How did this event change or affect your life?
I don't know. Oh man, there's a lot to that, but I guess just learn to appreciate the time we have now and don't waste it. Enjoy your family more, and make sure the people you love know it, and learn to appreciate more and more the things that have, and oops.
What would you want people to take away or remember about this tragic event?
Take away from that event?
To learn from it.
To learn from it? Oh man, there's a lot to learn from it, but I wish people learn. I hope people learn or understand or believe how united and together people were that day. There was truly a sense of everyone caring for each other, and that we were all one people. And we all wanted good for each other.
How did you feel about this? Like, what was going through your head?
Anger and the friends that I knew I had lost but wasn't sure, but knew that it had to have been a total loss. All those people that were at Cantor Fitzgerald that I knew, and the feeling of like what just happened, and all those people that I knew that we just lost. It was that was tough to get over, and you think about those people every single day. But you're also thankful that you have to remember a lot of people made it out that day. So you're thankful for the good things that happened as well.
Could you give us some examples of ordinary people doing, extraordinary things?
Yeah, the biggest thing I will never forget, and it's in my mind, is when we passed the firemen, all the firemen were walking up as we were walking down. So every single one of those guys should be remembered for that. That, when we were going up, they were going in, and you have to think that every one of those guys that I saw were lost that day.
This is, the reason why we're doing this project, because we don't want them to be forgotten. 'Cause we always want them to stay in our memory.
Everybody should remember that, because I can remember their faces, and every single one of those guys were carrying probably at least 6 pounds of gear, and we knew about how high it was. The happened, I thought about every one of those guys having to climb with all that stuff about another nice stories, and that's incredible. That's crazy heroic.
Is there anything else that you want our generation to know?
Yeah, that I mean, if you could see it, and every single person working together. We know so many different peoples, faiths, backgrounds, groups. Every single person working hard to try and help. There was no. Okay. People from all backgrounds, all religions, everything were there to help with that.
Thank you for everything. Yeah.
And you know what? Another good thing to know. Hey,
What?
Carlos.
Yes.
Carlos.
Yes.
Another good thing to know. Another good thing to know is that something like that. None of us know what to do or how to react to. And I thought one of the best things too was going down that staircase. Not one person was panicked. It was orderly, and there was no chaos. It was just everyone doing one thing, themselves out of there, and taking care of each other. There was no. It was almost peaceful going down that staircase. But then once you got outside, the craziness happened. But once again, it was everyone helping each other.
Did you visit the 9/11 monument in New York by any chance?
I walked by it. I haven't gone there yet. But I will, because I want to see what they put up there. But I've been down there, but just walked around, and lately went through one piece of the building that reopened.
Okay, so let's just say thank you for.
Um,
I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bender.